Welcome to the Southland Senior Resource Series. I'm your host, Helen Morgan, here to provide education, awareness, support, and most of all, honest answers to the many issues impacting our aging population. Here with me today is Mary Jane Manella from Slip Proof Safety, a family-owned business that provides seniors and individuals with mobility issues the opportunity to stay in their home safely. Thank you so much for joining me today, Mary Jane.
You're welcome, Helen. Glad to join you.
It's always fun. Anytime we do something together, it's fun.
Absolutely.
So we're going to have fun today. We're going to share some valuable information with our audience. Can you share with us a little bit about why you and your husband, Frank, decided there was such a need for this type of service?
We came to this business, it actually came to us. My mother-in-law moved in with us into a home that my father was already living in with us. He was in the first floor bedroom. We had no choice but to put her in a second floor bedroom, and getting up the stairs was going to be a challenge.
Right.
So we did some research and found a company that would sell us a stair lift and allow us to install it. That experience led us to realize that we weren't the only people dealing with this.
Right.
Frank had a business doing a lot of other modifications to people's homes. Another thing that happened at about the same time is that the state of Illinois reached out to us and asked us if we wanted to be involved in some of the projects that they had providing services to people with brain injuries and other disabilities that affected folks' mobility.
Right.
And so that also caused us to realize that there's a wider market even beyond the senior citizens
Yes.
that need these kind of services. And we live in a market where lots of our homes really were not designed for accessibility.
They certainly are not. You know, I'm 34 years as a real estate broker. I know there's many times, that if we can't get the house in a place where they can manage, and that's what it's all about. They want everyone wants to stay in their home.
Exactly.
And we certainly want to be able to help them stay in their home.
Absolutely.
I mean, that is the reason that you and I formed a business relationship along with a personal relationship when we met several years ago, is because there was such a need. And I realized you actually stood up at a meeting and talked about what it is that you do, and I thought, we were meant to sit together that day, because there are so many families that they don't understand that there are options.
Exactly.
And that's what it comes down to. And you sharing over the years your stories with me on being a caregiver yourself, not only for your own father, for Frank's mom, and raising your own family.
Absolutely.
So you've been through it all, pretty much. Can you just explain what are some of the services that you offer to help families stay in their home?
Sure. I think, I'd like to start by saying one of the things that we take a very close look at, because we did this ourselves, we're very practical in our approach to this, okay? I don't need to go in and immediately remodel your entire home. It's disruptive and it's upsetting.
Yes.
And it's not what people are looking for. What people typically need, unless there's been some kind of a specific event, is that they need a gradual approach. Or at least someone to just come in and take a look and see what's frankly what the least disruptive thing is that you can do to accomplish what you need to accomplish. Okay? So maybe you need grab bars. Maybe that's all you need. Maybe you need some sturdier railings. But then we can also go as far as taking a look at, there's three primary areas we take a look at when we go into a home. We look at how do they get in and out of the home, where are they sleeping, and how are they doing any of their bathroom activities, like toileting or bathing. Okay? We cover all of those areas. If those areas are covered, most times folks can stay in their home. So when I'm looking at getting in and out of the home, I may be looking at a ramp. We do ramps, we do wheelchair lifts, we do stair lifts. Stair lifts are also what we're going to use inside the home to get from the first floor to the second floor, or a lot of times from the first floor down into the basement. A lot of times people are putting themselves in extreme danger just trying to do laundry.
Yes.
Okay. Laundry, right?
Yes.
That shouldn't be a danger, right?
No.
So we also then can go in and we can take a look at their bathrooms.
Right.
Maybe you just need some grab bars in your
Right.
your shower area. Maybe you need to have your bathtub taken out and have a shower base put in, or a walk-in bathtub. We
Right.
can make the bathroom a lot more wheelchair accessible.
Right.
We can make your bedrooms or your other areas of your home more wheelchair accessible by modifying doorways, by modifying your floor. There's a lot of different areas that we can cover. I think I covered most of the equipment that we do.
You did. You absolutely did.
yeah.
And what I love is that you take the approach that I love the approach that you take, Mary Jane, because so many people they make that phone call to someone that says they do home modifications,
Yeah.
and you're right. They do want to remodel your entire home,
Right.
and you take a more holistic approach. What is your need now? And let's make a plan for
Right.
what future needs might be. Which is really important because, I was just interviewing someone the other day, and, they were very proactive, as far as planning
Right.
when they built their home, that they were going to put an elevator in,
Mm-hmm.
a shaft ready if
That's
ever
great.
they need it, right? Because they
That's
never
great.
want to move again. They want to be able to remain in their home, whether it be, if they need some assistance or whatever, they at least want their home to be accessible.
Exactly.
We struggle with that in my own family, with my own husband, and it's not a senior related issue, but a disability.
Right.
So the fact that you make sure that the audience understands, that there's a lot, we're discussing seniors today, but there are a lot of
There's
people
a lot of
that
people
need.
this affects. Absolutely.
You have a funny story, and you say, I wouldn't get in the bathtub without a
I
without
tell
a
people,
grab bar.
everybody should have grab bars. Okay, I don't care who you are.
Right.
I don't care how old you are. You should have a grab bar because I have grab bars in my shower because I'm not going down without a fight.
So that's her story.
That's
It makes me laugh every
I'm
time I hear
gonna
it.
be hanging on to my grab bar.
And makes me think. My husband had back surgery, and you said, you don't have a grab bar? And we didn't, and definitely need to have
and by the way, towel bars are not grab bars.
You
Just
see,
saying,
I know
just
I'm in a
Towel
lot of
bars are not
homes,
grab
and a
bars.
lot of people
Yeah.
do believe that
Yeah,
a towel
they're
bar
not.
will work.
They're not
No,
gonna carry your weight if you're
or
going
the
down.
suction type.
Right. Yeah, they're not safe either.
They're really
No,
not
they're really
safe.
not.
Which kind of brings me to, the holidays now, they're quickly approaching. You know. Families are going to be gathering. Many times adult children aren't seeing their parents that often. They're living out of state, or they just don't get together as often as a family, where they're celebrating the holidays. Maybe now's a time that people start to notice there's a decline in health for mom or dad, or mom and dad. So they realize that, the ability to navigate the large family home, there's a safety issue now.
Right.
And would you agree it's a time to do a safety checklist?
I'm excited to say we actually have a tool that we can offer folks that I would strongly encourage you to print a copy off and take with you when you go to visit your folks over the holiday season. And it is basically a checklist of things that you may not have thought of, but things to check on just kind of the status of where your folks are and how they're doing on their own, areas that they may require assistance, right? So the link to that is going to be on our website, slipproofsafety.com, and I will make sure that there is a link to that on our homepage.
Perfect. Right. Yes, right on the homepage.
Right now,
because
we will do this.
No, the homepage. I mean, that's
You
where
can find
people
it there.
want to be able to. They don't want to navigate your entire website.
Don't wander around.
This
is
but
important stuff. It really
that
is.
Checklist is wonderful.
Yes.
It's a perfect time for everyone to really take notice. It may be minor things, but I'm sure that your checklist covers it.
Well, and if you've never done it before, there's no reason for you to notice this. I've done this myself I have now done this with 3 different parents that I was closely aligned with as they declined.
Right.
And have talked with many other people about things, brainstormed with people about what are things you noticed with your parents.
Right.
So I think we have a pretty comprehensive list. And it doesn't mean like if your parent has one of these things that you should,
exactly.
send them off.
No,
but it's something to be aware of, something to be cognizant of, something to see if they may need a little assistance in that area.
And that's why we're here.
Yep.
That's why we're here,
Yep.
to bring the education and the awareness and the support that's needed by our audience, so that they know that there are people that can help. There are services that can help.
Yes.
And so, Mary Jane, tell me, how can our audience reach you? Should they have questions or concerns after
Sure.
this?
The best way to reach me is through email, slipproofsafety@gmail.com, or you can call me, 630-935-2861. That's probably the easiest way.
The best way would probably be by phone, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
By phone. Well, I want to thank you so much for joining us today.
Sure.
And I know there are many other topics we could cover, but having
Absolutely.
that checklist available to our audience is going to be a wonderful resource for this time of year.
Absolutely.
So again, if there is anyone watching today, anyone in the audience that would like to be a guest on the show, please call me, Helen Morgan, at 708-712-8493. And again, I would like to thank our sponsors, Stirk Family Law Group, Southland TV, and Resource 55.